and welcome to Motors for the Masses, and today is twofold. One, because we are finishing the NTV, yes, finishing. And two, because we have an announcement coming up about something that's happening in the very near future, lockdown permitting. So let's roll the intro and get cracking. Crack! Right, apart from the fact that my Firestorm is in the background there because it's been serviced this morning, what have we got to do on this? Well, not a lot. Weld in the tray, mount the stuff, MOT it. That's pretty much it. Yes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, when it comes to mounting the stuff, we've got the regulator, we've got the ECU, we've got the fuel pump, and a couple of relays, and that is about it, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
So the first thing I'm going to do is manufacture a bracket for the seat, because it has to come off the seat, down there and under there. So we've already made measurements. It's 40mm, 60mm, 30mm. Easy, he says. Right, so the regulator is basically mounted in there. What have you mounted that on, Jamie?
On the frame bracket.
No, that can't happen.
Why?
Because that's where the battery box mounts.
Is it?
Yeah. Because it can still go through there and then through the battery box on top. So that's fine. Just have to take the nut off, put it on, nut back on. Brilliant, that one's done. That was easy because that was the biggest one. The ECU can sit on top of the frame, on top of the tray, what do you think?
Yeah, the only other major one is just the coil here.
Is there anything that needs to go, wires that need to go under the bar first? Or
no, that's as far as you got the wires for them, so I don't know if you're going to mount them in there or something on your tray or to the side of the battery box or something.
What the ECU, because obviously I've got to take into account there's going to be welded on this frame here. So if those wires are going to go underneath, we've got to take that into account when we put that on top of the tray.
When you do the, when you actually weld the frame in, you mean?
Yeah, so we're going to have to take a chunk out of that frame, out that plate, aren't we? Where is the plate? So this frame is going to go underneath and weld onto that there. That needs to come out there, doesn't it? Oh, as if. Come on. Yeah. Oh. Right, so that can go, that's going to weld up there. So those wires can sit on there. Oh, that's going to be enough room. Oh no, it's not, because that's got to go up there. What about that way round or that way round? Probably better that way round, isn't it? There, like that. So that can tack to that frame there. Well, there'll be a big enough gap. As long as I can weld that to there. I'm going to have to knock that out to meet the sides on both sides, but not at the front here, so that'll work. Because we're only going to weld it here, 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 and here, I think. That's all it's going to need.
Spot weld on first, and then we'll see where we go
weld,
from there.
Weld. Weld one in the middle, one there, one at the back here, one in the middle, and we can leave that sticking up so then the wires can come over there like that. Yeah?
Yeah, just need to make sure that them are up. That's the problem you got, is these wires are so short here. These need to be put up through there.
That's what I'm saying.
While you weld, don't
That's what I'm saying. So we need to make sure that those.
You just got to be careful you don't melt anything. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of heat getting transferred through that plate, isn't there?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It's not going to be a massive weld. I've not seen welding it.
No.
Really.
That's you. Good. Off the hook.
Hello, filming. Right, okay, the tray is now welded in. That's not going anywhere. Nice and solid. And then all we've got to do is put the battery box back in and connect all this other stuff to it. Right, so now battery box. This was a jigsaw puzzle if I remember correctly. Can't remember how I got this in. Oh, there we go. That's painless, wasn't it? Screws. Thumb. What the hell kind of laugh was that? I've got a weird cackle.
Yeah. One that laughs at pain.
Thanks.
Someone else's pain.
Right, that one goes in the top.
That was only big enough in your tray then.
5mm. That's because the bolts that were in there seem to have gone walkabouts. They were little 5mm ones.
Yeah.
So the tray is in, the battery box is in. I'm now going to make the bracket for the seat. So let's get on with that. It's going to be a lovely looking bracket made of lovely bits of metal. Watch this. So there's my before bit. I'll come back in a minute with my after bit once I've got the hammer to it and stuff. This is what you call a busy workplace. Stuff. It's also evidence that my staff do not tidy up after themselves. Right, okay, so we said 30 and then bend and then a further 60. I know obviously that adds to 90, but just add a tiny bit for the bend. And then another 40. Best laid plans and all that. Add a bit for the bend. As long as it's tight, I don't want it to be loose. So first thing first, in the vise, at 30 and bend. So that is still 60mm, that's good. That bit will mount onto the bottom of the seat and that will hook under the bottom. So, drill some holes, mount that up, see how it looks. Okay, so this will bolt onto there, in fact I'll go that way around. Bolt through there and then that will hook underneath there. So I'm just going to measure that up, drill some holes and we'll come back at the end and show you the result. Okay, so that is now on. That is secured under there. All I have to do is put a couple of tabs on the bottom of here to bolt the seat on the back. But that is now on there. Done. Okay, so that needs to be from the top down to the hole there. I want to sit on there, but not too much pressure, so mind you, there's two here, so I can just cut this bottom one off because that's just going to be in the way, isn't it? What do you reckon? No, I'll leave it. Let's bolt it to that top one. Or the bottom one, doesn't matter. Whatever it is, it's going to be 45, so 45 long. Right, with the tabs welded on, I've just got to drill 2 holes in the side, rub them down, spray it black, and then the seat is ready to be mounted completely. They're in there, strapped down, just put those, a couple of them on there. Remember, this is an Apocalyptic Scrambler, so bodging is par for the course. As long as it's safe, tidy and neat, we're all good. And then we're ready to mount the side panels. All I've got to do is push it in here, screw it through there in an apocalyptic kind of way, pop it on this side, and then we're done. Can't believe how close we are. Woo! Right, everything is on, however, it needs a carb clean because it's still a bit farty. So you can hear it runs and it's almost done. Just got to put the bar end mirrors on and the MFP stickers on here, or on here actually, and my new number plate that's going to go on. And now I shall talk to you about the other element of what this video is about. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. We've got a 3-day adventure coming up. We're going to take the Zontis T310 19-inch wheel version 2 thingy. And we're going to take the Sinis Terrain T380. And we're going to take the CF Moto MT650. And why are we taking 3 different bikes?
Just to compare the different rides and so forth.
Exactly, what we're going to do, we are basically going to ask a question and hopefully answer that question. And the question will be, is a 300 or a 380cc just as good as an adventure bike as a 650? And hopefully we shall answer that question for you. So Malcolm, Jamie and myself are going away for 3 days on an adventure with some drone footage and camping things going on.
You do camping?
I don't do camping, but I have to do camping. So we're going to do camping, and there's going to be some fun and some frolics and drone footage and lots of riding and stopping and chatting. And hopefully we will answer that question. So we had that question actually in the previous video. Someone asked, is the T310 or T380 any good for adventuring or touring? Well, hopefully we will answer that question for you. Now, lockdown permitting, of course, the plan is to do this in March. All 3 manufacturers are on board. They're happy to give us the bikes, so we will see lockdown depending whether that will take place then or later on towards the summer. Hopefully, fingers crossed, it will happen in March, so stay tuned for that. We'll be back next week with, we've got a prototype. We've got the CF Moto SR300. This bike, there's only one, it's been around Cadwell Park and that's it. Then they've given it to us to do an exclusive pre-production video, because the bike's not out for another 3 or 4 months yet. So stay tuned for that. We'll be here next week with that and other stuff coming up in the future too. So until next time, please ride and drive carefully.
Have fun.
Oh yeah, subscribe and like and click and stuff that Malcolm usually says, but
all that stuff.
Yeah, that. Okay, bye.
Right.